Hey everybody, I'm Evan, and welcome back to our top 100 board games of all time. And I am joined, as usual, by my very special guest, Lizzy.
Hello everyone. Thanks again, Evan.
Yeah, heck yeah. So this week we are doing 40 through 31. We are creeping so close to the top of the list. Oh man.
Yeah. It was some hard choices on where to place them starting here.
Yeah, no kidding. And I feel like these are all some really, really great games right here. Not only that, but I have some super light games and some super heavy games. So an interesting mix this week.
Sounds intriguing.
So let's without further ado, let's do it.
Okay, so my number 40 came out in 2017. It's a cooperative game where you're trying to save this animal, and the ice caps are melting, and you're trying to gather data to figure out. You already know what game it is, don't you?
Yeah.
Rescue polar bears, data, and temperature.
Yeah.
So the rescuing the polar bears is kind of like the side objective. Kind of like treating diseases in pandemic. Getting the data is what you care about. So, okay, if those poor little creatures go in there, you'll send a helicopter after them. But if you only have like 6 helicopters that you can send, and so then you can lose the game. So they can lose you the game, but they're not your primary objective. But the ships, they have different speeds and different carrying capacity and different special abilities that you can use to help out. It's a really interesting one.
Yeah. That, I believe, is it a Japanese design, I think?
It's by Mayday Games.
Yeah, but I think they picked it up from some Asian publisher. Because I remember looking at that
the very
before
first
they picked
one.
It up. Yeah. So I remember I've been looking at that game for years, but it's so sad because oh my gosh, poor little the little polar bear tokens are so cute.
Yeah, they
and
are.
Sink into the water. Oh,
yeah, but you send a helicopter after them; they'll be fine.
Hopefully.
And if you failed the mission too many times, and if you lose too many, then they'll just send another team. You just get fired, and then they send a team that can rescue the polar bears. Truly.
So sad. I don't know if I could take it. I might be just tears running down my eyes the whole time.
You definitely feel bad if one of the little babies is,
Oh, no.
But it's a really fun cooperative game where you're going and a little bit of a puzzle, a little bit of luck too, because you roll a die to figure out which one is going to reproduce, and you roll a die to figure out how high the temperature goes, because you could roll like a 5 on that die, or you could roll like a 2.
Ugh. Yeah, I've never played that. It's one I've always kind of wanted to. I probably should have picked that up at some point over the years, but it's probably really hard to find at this point, but maybe.
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, all right. So, solid choice. Okay, so my number 40 is as much of a racing game that it is a betting game, and that is Downforce. Okay, I really do like Downforce. I like it with as many players as you can get, which is 6, I think, because that's the number of cars. So you at the beginning of the game you do a bid on cars to spend money to take a car and a power that goes with it, and then that's your car. And if there's less than the maximum player count, some people get multiple cars, but you also have to pay money for them. And then you have that hand of cards that not just moves your car, but moves all cars. So ideally, you want to try to move yours the farthest. But if that's not happening, well, you can bet on any of the cars. I don't know that anybody's ever actually won the game with betting only on someone else, because it's usually whoever doing the best, but it probably gets pretty close sometimes. And it plays really quick, and it's just a lot of fun. We have all the maps. I don't think they're putting any more out at this time, but they all fit in the box, and it's great.
Nice.
So lots of variety for maps. It's one we bust out a few times a year and just have a great time with. So yeah, that's number 40, Downforce.
Solid pick. I have it right
Cool.
over there.
Excellent.
So my number 39 came out in 2021. It is an abstract game with a time traveler theme wrapped around it.
Okay.
So you have 3 boards, and you can do 2 actions. So you could move, or you could go back in time and recreate yourself. And you're all trying to get rid of the other player's pieces, because I'm the one that created the time machine, so that means you have to be, taken out. And vice versa.
Right.
So this is, of course, That Time You Killed Me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one that I had and I hadn't played, and so you got me to play it.
Awesome.
And obviously love it. Still haven't even played with all the modes yet.
No, me either, actually, no. There's a ton of stuff in that box. In the little boxes, too, yeah.
Maybe next game session we can play another.
Yeah, we should work on that, huh? So that game is not in my top 150, but it's a great game. I really like it.
Yeah.
It just didn't make the list for some reason.
Maybe it's been too long since we've played it.
You know what? That might be the issue. It probably has been a couple of years at this point since we played it. So,
It's been a while.
there was that period. Yeah, the period when it came out, I was playing it a lot. Like I played it with you, and I played it with Missy, and I think I played it with Grayson a little bit too. And then need to get back to it for sure. Yeah. All right. So my number 39 was number 7 in 2018. So
okay.
a bit of a drop there. The only reason I guess I was probably really enamored with it in 2018, and it kind of just dropped off kind of steadily over the years. A new version was recently released. So I actually have both, like the 2nd edition and the 3rd edition, I think it is. Or something like that. But anyway, the game is Ancient Terrible Things. This is it's basically just boils down to a Yahtzee style dice rolling game where thematically you're on this riverboat, and as you're going down, there's all these really like horrors on each side. Not quite like Eldritch horrors or Cthulhu type horrors, but pretty close. And they all have dice combinations that you need to roll. Sometimes they're easy. Oftentimes they seem impossible to roll these, but you still have to do it. So, but you end up getting like tokens and items and sometimes bonus dice to try to do that with. And sometimes you're just shocked that like you rolled something that just seemed so impossible because you figured out a way to do it. So, it's interesting. The new version came with like this dice tower with like a light in it, and it's pretty cool, but it does not fit in the box. It's in my little case over there.
Aww.
I know we turned off all the lights and played a little bit, but
That'd be cool.
it's fun. And the art is I really like the art on it. It's a really unique art style. And if you're looking for just kind of a dice chucker to try to roll some combos, it's a great pick. So my number 39, Ancient Terrible Things.
Okay, so my number 38 came out in 2019. It's an engine builder that has a civilization building theme around it. And then you have these really cool pre-painted buildings that you can place on your Sudoku grid, basically looking thing, and try to build those up, and you get these certain points or benefits when you fill that up, and you go up these tracks, do different things, and you already know what this game is.
Yeah.
So it's another Stonemaier game called Tapestry. So I really love it how if you focus on everything, you can't. You do very poorly, but if you focus on one thing, then you do pretty well. But like the tracks on the opposite side of the boards kind of mimic each other, like they play off each other. I find that really interesting. Just the different things you can focus on, and then you just do a little bit over there.
So you said this game came out in what, 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
I think this game has been on my wish list since 2019.
It's a really good game. The only major issue I had with it is the buildings. They don't cover the squares, but you can get like from Etsy things to put the buildings in, and then it covers up perfectly. So
yeah.
Of course, I blinged out the game in that manner.
Nice. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get this game at some point, but seeing as it's been 6 years now that I still haven't, one of these days, I swear, I'm gonna get that.
And then we can play
sounds
it.
fun. Awesome. That's a good motivator. There we go. That's the word.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Yeah, one day. All right. So, my number 38 was actually number 54 in 2018. So it moved up. This might be the first one that has moved up on my list. And this is a very simple game. A little bit of a puzzle using really strange shaped polyominoes, and that is number 9. I love number 9. I can sit down and play this game by myself and just try to get a good score. Basically, you have these really odd-shaped numbers, 0 through 9, and then cards. You flip over a card. That's the one you have to place down. The ones touching the table are worth 0 points. The ones on the next level up are worth the value of whatever the number is, and then times 2 for the next one up and up as far as you can go. They of course can't overlap or like have any gaps when you're placing them, so it's an interesting puzzle, and it's always different because the way the cards come out is going to be different every time. And sometimes you just do horrible, and sometimes that piece fits just right, and then you get a 9 and it's on the 3rd level. And you score triple points or something like that.
27.
That, yeah. Yeah, I love it. I assume you've played number 9.
I have not.
I
have watched like playthroughs of it, and it's one that I want to play, but it's one that, other than you, I don't know who I would play it with.
See, that's a game that I can watch a playthrough on YouTube and play along. Because that's the thing I like to do sometimes with solo type games that work like that. And I've done that many times.
Never even thought of that one.
So I also we've played. If you have 2 players, you can do it twice because there's enough pieces for 4 players in there, so you can kind of build a bigger structure with higher points. We've done that a couple of times. I should have bought a second copy at some point, but I still have not. That way you can play 8 players because it does play unlimited players. Someday I'm going to find a cheap copy, and so I have extras. But until then, it only plays 4. Yep. It's great. Like I said, it's real simple, but I really enjoy it. That's 38, number 9.
Okay. So my number 37 is the most unique on the list. It came out in 2015. It is a push your luck game with a diffusing bomb theme.
Okay.
It's probably one that I am the major champion of, and no one else likes it. It has not the best artwork, at least for my taste. But we'll play out a card and it'll determine what wire you will cut, and then based on that, you'll either blow up the bomb or you'll get a lot of points. Do you have any idea what it's called?
So I've heard you talk about it before, but the name is escaping me.
It is called Bomb Squad Academy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So I love it because you can also play the chicken card if you're, a chicken and you don't want to cut. And then if a bomb does go off, you get 5 points. If not, you can look ahead at what might be coming out. And it makes it definitely interesting.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Well, one day I'll get you to play with it.
Yeah. It's just like a small deck of... Is it a deck of cards? Is that all it is?
It's like each color has its own deck that you'll flip over.
Okay.
And then there's a deck of tools, because you get 2 tools throughout the game to play with, too.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds fun, and you are definitely the champion of that game.
So awesome. It's like, it's one of my favorite push your luck games, but I think it's my favorite pure push your luck game because that's pretty much all it is a push your luck.
Cool. I would like to try that. All right. So, my number 37 was number 88 in 2018.
So it's a move up.
Another large move up and another very simple game. With a little bit of push your luck in this one too, and that is No Thanks. I love No Thanks. The idea is you don't want to get points, and every card, it goes from like 3 to 38 or something like that, and if you get the 38, you're getting 38 points. But if you can get every consecutive number that you can get on the cards, you're only going to score the lowest one. So if you get if you get the 15, the 14, and the 13, then you're only going to score 13. But then you have these. So every round, one card is flipped over, and you have a pile of little. In some versions, they're chips. I think they're little like stones in mine. And you either take the card, or you put one of the stones or chips on it and say no thanks. And then basically it has to go around the table until someone takes that. The thing about those chips is they are negative points at the end. So the longer it goes around the table and nobody takes it, the more enticing it is to take it. It's such a simple, easy game to play. I always have a good time with it. It's always funny when everyone knows you want a card because it's going to, work with one of your other cards, and you just keep saying no thanks, and let those stones build up around the table a couple of times, and then, because if no one has any stones, well then they have to take that card, like they're forced to take that card, and if it's a number they don't want, then it hurts, and I don't know. I have a great time with it. It's always funny to me. I have scored a negative score in this game before, which is pretty amazing.
That is.
But it's a classic, and I think it's a classic for a reason. And yeah, so that's my number 37. No Thanks. Have you never played No Thanks?
I have never
played
it.
God.
I definitely want
so
to. It's one that I keep wanting to play, but just never had a. So Grand Con. that is top of the list, Grand Con, too.
All right, yep. All right, so if you see us at Grand Con, don't bother us because we have like 50 games to play.
Exactly. Or if you know how to play it, come join us.
I know. Yeah, I'm just kidding. If you see us at Grand Con, if you see us at Grand Con, say hi.
Exactly.
And maybe you'll sit down and play the game with us.
Exactly. Have some fun. Okay, so my number 36 came out in 2023. This is an engine builder that is in the same universe as one of your favorite games. It's one that has... It's based on the universe of one that has a campaign that I haven't played the campaign yet.
Okay.
So you know what it is. Not sure how many others. So it's... it's Expeditions. And so you're going and you're traveling and you're collecting the two types of, I want to say hearts and the two different colors that you can collect.
Yes, everything has a name, but yes.
Yeah. And then you're also like building up your engine with your cards to get the cooler cards out, tuck them underneath to get you other stuff and get your stars out. The problem I have with this is it's so unnecessarily big. Those tiles are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't even fit this way on my table without having the leaves in.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I love just that, how it plays. And I love the theme. It's a really cool theme.
First of all, I want to know, how do you know it's based on one of my favorite games? I don't know what you're talking about.
True. Yeah.
Second of all, it was number 104 on my list. So just missed the top 100. So close. I figured this one was going to be on your list. Yeah, but just missed. I need to play with the expansion. We just recently got that. Yeah, like a couple of months ago. I think I finally tracked down a copy of that. So, I need, if I play it more, which I intend to do, I think it's definitely going to move up because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and also, honestly, go ahead.
I was gonna say the question would be is if it would ever surpass Scythe for you.
What? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. No, we don't know where.
No, I was gonna say I kind of like that it's so big because it's just like obnoxiously big on the table. like the minis are big, the tiles are big, everything's big. I don't know. I kind of like it. Maybe not for everyone, but I like that.
I understand.
Okay, so my number 36 was 23 in 2018. So a slight drop. But this is the game that in, 2013, 2014 got me back into gaming. I really wasn't much of a gamer kind of since like maybe college through 2013. Wasn't really playing any board games.
Okay.
That is, so we were looking for something to do. I saw it at Target. I thought, I wonder if this is fun. How will I know? So I said, I'll watch a YouTube video. Found a Dice Tower review. That was the first time I saw that. I'm like, this game does sound fun. Bought it. And that is Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. So,
okay.
This is a game where it's a deck building game, right? There's you make a deck of heroes, mix some together, and there's villains, and then there's like henchmen. Mix all that together, and buy better cards for your deck. Defeat the villains as they're moving through the city. Pretty basic, but obviously I was a Marvel fan. Still am a Marvel fan. So that was kind of what the original appeal with that was. And they're probably still putting out expansions for this game. But we used to play this game multiple times a week, not like multiple nights a week. This was our game for a good solid 2 years. This is what we played. So, it's kind of dwindled a little bit, but I still really like the game, and I still always try to get it to the table at least once a year at this point. And I'm pretty successful with that. And it's fun. I still like it. It's probably always going to be in my top 100 because of, the significance to it, and it is a fun game. So,
I can understand that.
Yep. Yeah, so that's my number 36, Legendary, a Marvel deck building game.
Awesome. Okay, so my number 35 came out in 2014. This was another top contender for lowest known games. So you roll these dice, and you're trying to get them to match, whether it be 4 6s or 4 of the same or 20 plus or something like that. There's these cards that you can achieve and then get those cards, and they're worth points at the end. But the dice themselves, they can swap out with other dice. And then they have different, one might be all evens, one might be all odds. So they have different probabilities of getting different numbers. And every turn, every roll, you have to either swap dice out or set a dice aside. So it's, I was trying for this, but I'm just not rolling the dice, so I have to try for that. But then if you're successful, and at the end you can claim one, you get to claim that one. And then there's another row of ones that you can preview, and then you can bring that one down. And then you can know that, if I have all these odd dice, I want to bring the odd dice one down, because I have higher probability of getting that one than you do, because you only have even dice.
Interesting.
Sorry, the game is called Cayube.
It's called what? What
Cayube.
Is that called?
It's C.
Oh my God.
I-U-B. I actually have it right here. Cayube.
Huh. Oh, I've never heard of this. I've never seen that box cover before, I don't think.
Yeah, it is so awesome.
Huh.
The downside is the components, I actually laminated them.
Oh, lovely.
Because the player
Yeah,
mat,
okay.
I mean, it just sits there, but it's actually a really
Uh-huh.
good player mat. It shows you everything you need.
Just flimsy. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Huh.
But
Wow.
it's a magic theme. You're like wizards making spells.
Sure.
You're rolling dice and you're matching the cards.
Right. Wow, that's crazy. Cause that's 100% new to me. So unbelievable. Okay, that's cool. It sounds fun. It sounds kind of like, a Yahtzee type game, but the dice are drastically different. Not drastically, but yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So my number 35 is another very simple game. It is a party game. It is a word game, and that is Just One.
Okay.
I love Just One. It's basically, you have someone has this secret word that's facing away from them, and everyone else at the table has to write a word that will get that person to guess that word. But if multiple people write the same word, well, that gets erased. So, and then sometimes you're just taking a shot in the dark. Sometimes all the clues are great. Sometimes it's you open your eyes and there's one word sitting there.
So just one.
Yeah, exactly. It's super simple, super fun. Honestly, you barely even need the game to play the game. We've played with more players than the box allows. We're just using like pieces of paper or like a whiteboard, and it works great. Works great at, I don't say any player count, but
Yeah,
higher
after
player count for
so
sure.
many, there's got to be more duplicates.
Right, which is what makes it good, right? Because if 4 people write the same thing, but 3 people wrote something different, there's a pretty good chance you might guess it.
Very true. I do really enjoy that one as well.
Yep. It's always a good time. It's weird because there's an expansion that never came out in English, and I really don't know why they didn't, because I feel like it was a huge hit of a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but there's a couple of different promo packs. I have those and mix those in, but I would like an expansion for more cards.
That would be nice.
Every once in a while, you see the same one, and it'll be Alcatraz, and you're trying to get, like, say maybe my I don't know, my he probably would have been 10 at that point to guess Alcatraz, and that's never easy to do.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
But it's still fun. Whatever.
I do have a question. What language was that expansion in?
I don't remember now, because I can't remember where the company originates from. But it's listed on Board Game Geek, and the comment section is full of people like, why did this never come out, like, in English?
Yeah,
where
we
is
want it. We want it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wish they would, but I don't think they will.
No. That's
Anyway,
a shame.
yeah, my number 35, Just One. Great game.
I agree. So my number 34 came out in 2015. This is a hidden movement game.
What?
There are some that still exist that are not on my list.
Yeah, crazy.
So this one also includes a twist where you're also like attacking the hidden player if you're the non-hidden players. And it's on this really cool, it's a really dark map, but it has like UV numbers. And it's really easy to play remotely because you can just take the map and they're all spaced in numbers, so it's like J10, and so you can easily, they just need a paper. But this is called Spectre Ops.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely love it. I forget, it's like Hunters and I forget the other ones.
Yeah, I don't remember what the
Agents,
term
Agents
is.
and
Yeah.
Hunters.
Yep.
I always forget which one's the good ones and which one's the bad ones. And is ever either side really good?
Yeah.
But I think the agents are the one that you're going in and trying to deactivate the different areas. And you're the resistance up against this, horrible
Corporation.
yeah.
Because, okay. Technically, that takes place in the Dead of Winter universe, like way in the future.
See, I did not know that.
It's the same corporation. Like,
Okay.
so funny,
Isn't
but yeah.
Dead of Winter like a post-apocalyptic game with zombies and?
So I assume in the timeline, the zombies got wiped out and civilization rebuilt with all this technology or something. I don't know, but it's the same. It's the same like evil corporation.
Ooh, no.
I know, so sell it. So you like that game, huh?
I do.
We own it, but it is on the cull pile.
No.
I know. So like the game that was on an earlier list, Mind Management, like 100% replaced that game for me. Which replacing a game is not usually a thing that I do, but
No, the
Spectre
shelves.
Ops, I always found Spectre Ops to be just a little bit frustrating. I don't know. I'm glad you like it, but I never had a very smooth play of it. I don't know.
Oh, I've had some very like nail-biting.
See, it's always been lopsided for me. Can't find the person. Found him a couple of times. Shot at him. Missed. Game over. And that's pretty much every time I played that happened, unfortunately. But
Oh, I've had it where I am right by the exit, and if they shoot me, they win. If they don't, I win. And they've missed. And then I get out. It's been that close before.
yeah, I don't know. It just didn't quite work for me, so
Wow,
that's okay.
That's a shame.
I'm glad you like it. Okay, so moving on. My number 34 is a much bigger, much heavier game than the past few that I've been talking about. This is came out in 2022, I think. I'm just guessing here, but this is a big beautiful Euro game called Ostia, or Ostia, but I'm going to say Ostia. So this is one of my favorite publishers and designers. The publisher Uchibikoya, who makes the most beautiful miniatures and beautiful production that you've ever seen. And then Tatsuka Chuo is the designer, and I like a bunch of his games. So this is I know some people have said there's a similarity to Trajan. It takes place in that same kind of Roman time period, where there is a little harbor in front of you that you use a Mancala method. So there's ships like kind of scattered all around this little circular harbor thing, and the place you pick up those ships from, you get that resource, like however many ships are there. And you kind of move them along, and then whichever one it ends on, you do that action. So basically, you're gathering goods, and then trying to you get buildings that kind of make those spots better. And then you're like, there's this big, huge board where like you're also moving your little, like you're shipping stuff out, trying to get to the ends of these tracks, and there's all kinds of bonuses and all kinds of stuff to do. And funny, you said Scyther, there is a similar kind of a scoring track mechanism where the higher you get up on those tracks, the better the multiplier is for your score. It's very similar to that. It's a gorgeous game. I really, really enjoy it. There was an expansion that came out last year. I have not played with that yet. It adds pirates and treasure chests. I don't know that I want pirates and treasure chests in that game, but I have it, and I need to try it. But Ostia, I really, really like that game.
Yeah, every time you talk about it, I want to play it.
It's really fun.
It definitely sounds interesting. And do the pirates, those add like take that mechanisms or?
I don't know. I haven't even opened the box yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it definitely sounds amazing, and I've looked at pictures, and it's so pretty.
It's really nice. Yeah. So it was previously only available from Japan, but there is a publisher that has picked it up for worldwide retail release coming soon. So
ooh,
it's going to be more
of a copy.
Yeah, it's going to be much more available soon.
Okay. So my number 33 came out in 2017. it's already been on your list. It's
okay.
where you're trying to balance your food and your paint and paint these beautiful, beautiful, every painting is unique in the entire game. It's called Starving Artists.
Yep.
It's just so gorgeous and amazing. And it's really interesting because you might be able to finish this painting really fast and get you a tiny bit of food and some more painting to be able to do this other painting that you really need to be able to do. And so you kind of like have to juggle spending a lot of time on a painting to get a lot of food and a lot of paint, or just get them out quick. But get very few points.
Yep. Great. That's a great game. It was my number 83, so a bit lower, but
yeah, a little bit.
It's one of those games that I don't really hear anybody talk about, but a lot of people have played it and know what it is. So like a lot of
there was also like the Kickstarter. Like some people didn't get that final Kickstarter.
Yeah, well, that was an issue now, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it kind of left a bad taste in people's mouth because of that, too.
There was a problem with the publisher, and then there was a problem with the publisher that picked it up, but that's a story for another video.
Yeah. All I know is it's an amazing game. I absolutely adore playing it, and I'm very happy to own it.
Yep, I think it's a fun, unique game. Okay, so my number 33 is another big, heavy, complex game. And this is Teotihuacan, City of Gods. Oh man, this game is so good. I hadn't played it for a while, and then we recently got it back to the table. It's so much fun. This is not a worker... It's like a dice, not placement, but it's a dice movement game, where you're moving them around, trying to build this pyramid, gather resources. There's all sorts of different ways to get points. As your workers, which are your dice, as you use them, the numbers go up, and when they hit 6, they die. They ascend, but you want them to ascend because then you're there's this little avenue of the dead track that helps with scoring. And as soon as they ascend, well, I guess their offspring then now joins the pyramid building game.
Yeah, circle of life.
Exactly. Your whole life is building a pyramid.
Yeah, exactly. Who wouldn't dream of that?
It's a great game. There's a lot going on. We have a couple of the expansions. We don't even hardly ever use them. I think the base game itself is pretty solid and basically what I'm looking for. Full disclosure, they released a super deluxe version, and that was on GameFound. Then they reprinted that, and I could not resist, and I backed it. Oh, it was so much money, but it's so nice looking.
I fought myself on backing that. I wanted to so bad. But I don't play it enough to justify it.
I know. And I have an upgraded copy too. So I upgraded a lot of the pieces and stuff and tracked down all the promos, but all that stuff is in the new version, so I'm going to find a new home for the one that I have.
Yeah, you can sell it on Board Game Geek and someone will love having it.
Yeah, so I love this game. It's really, really fun. That's Teotihuacan, City of Gods.
Awesome. Okay, so my number 32 came out in 2013. This is a dice worker placement game where you're collecting resources and trying to manipulate them into using them how you want. You're trying to get rid of your stars. But the dice is kind of how intelligent your workers are, and you want to keep them dumb because otherwise they'll leave you.
Okay.
If your workers get too smart, they will know you're not treating them right and get gone. So it's another game by Stonemaier.
Yep.
Euphoria, Build a Better Dystopia. I really like this. Getting your player, you have like a special ability that you can do. and you're trying to get up the tracks, because then you could also get your other character out and get them being able to use those while you're also trying to get rid of all your stars, because, that's what matters.
Cool. So I feel like this is kind of a forgotten Stonemaier game. Like, it maybe just didn't get quite as much buzz as some of the other games that were coming out around that time by Stonemaier. One that I've always kind of wanted to try, but never really looked into it that much. This is another one I think you might be a bigger champion of than some other people, but, that's okay.
It's just, it speaks to me. I also, growing up, I also loved the dystopian novels, so it kind of had that feel to me.
Yep.
So Perfect. It brought back some nostalgia.
That's cool. Yeah, I think the theme is cool, and I would definitely try that sometime.
Add that to the stack of 50-100.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Are we good here? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. We're barreling towards the end here. My number 32 is an even bigger, even more complex game, and that is Ark Nova.
Okay.
I kind of thought that might be a little higher on the list, but I think 32 feels about right. In this game, you are building a zoo. And this has one of the things that I really like in games, and that is a gigantic stack of cards. So you never know what you're going to get. You never know what kind of animals you're going to get or how you're going to get them. There is a heavy focus on conservation. So, like, there's these different conservation projects that you need to donate to or, like, spend time with or whatever. And that is a major way to score. It also has the fun thing where there are two different tracks that go around the board, and as soon as they cross, that ends the game. Unfortunately, that often means that somebody ends the game with negative points if they're not keeping up very well, because that has happened before, but whatever. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, it's a really fun game, and like I said, there's a lot going on, but like building your zoo, we have all the promo and expansion maps and all that stuff, so they're all laid out slightly different, and you get those little hex tiles, you put the animals in there, and it's great. It's a great game. I like it.
I do really enjoy this one. I have not played it enough, though.
Yeah, okay. Funny story is everyone says never play it with 4. We almost exclusively play it with 4, and it takes a long time.
I could imagine. It's a very heavy game.
It is, and there's a lot of it goes for a long time, but that's okay. It's a long experience that I'm having a good time with, so that length does not bother me.
Okay.
So yeah,
and good choice too. I like that.
Yeah,
one.
number 32, Ark Nova.
Okay, so my number 31 came out in 2018. It has a huge, gigantic collector's edition box now that doesn't even fit in my big box area. But it's all about you're building up your meadow or your town with these cards, and you have resources that you go and you send your workers out to go get them, and then the season changes and you get a new worker. Do you know what it is yet?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's berries and twigs and stones and resin.
Okay.
Now you know. Okay, so it's called eVanDiesel.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's at the beginning, you're like, I'm not going to get 15 cards. I think the limit's 15. If I'm wrong, sorry. But you're like, I can't. There's no way. And then at the end, you're going, oh my goodness, I'm almost at capacity. Do I really want to play this, or do I want to try to play the other one? And then it just... it's so good, and it's like just tweaking out those little bit extra turns just to get a little bit more resources. It's just so cool.
I've heard nothing but good things about this game. I've never played it. I have some slight issues with the publisher, so I would not purchase it, but that's neither here nor there. But I hear the gameplay is great, and it looks really nice. But
yeah. And
yeah,
the collector's edition is completely unnecessary.
Oh, so you have that. So you have that gigantic one.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see. It's like right there.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's huge. How often do you play with all those expansions? Because I know.
It's gotten to the table less since I've gotten the gigantic box.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so that's why I got the my little Everdell, so that way I can get a little bit of Everdell versus try to. It is dealing from that gamer bloat.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate. It actually dropped a little bit because of that.
Okay, but it's still a gorgeous looking game.
It's still awesome fun. I just wish that maybe it was a little bit easier to sort through everything, or maybe that there wasn't as crazy amount. It's like there's like 20 different characters that you can play as, and you don't need to play with 20 different little animal meeples.
Oh, but they're all so cute, though, aren't they?
They are also cute. And I want to play with the lizard, obviously. So just keep the lizard and some others. But then everybody has their own. Oh, no, you got to keep that animal.
Cool. Oh, man. So, 31.
Yes.
We're at the end of this section of the list. My 31 probably would have been a little higher had I made this list a couple of years ago. This game doesn't hit the table as much as it has in the past these days, for no real good reason, because it's a fantastic game. You may have heard of it. It's called Scythe.
On this note, I was thinking you would be like 2-3 somewhere up there. Oh, this is criminally low for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that came out in, like 2016 or something. I was kind of late to get on the Scythe bandwagon. It took me a long time to kind of get into it, and then we played it a lot. And I do really, really like this game. It's basically like this, I think everybody knows what Scythe is at this point, right? It's a pretty well-known gamer game, but I really like the aesthetic of kind of like farming and mechs, and the action board system is really, really good, where you basically just move your little pillar from one action to the other, so you can't do the same one twice in a row unless you have that one specific character. But yes, but I think it flows really good. It looks like it'd be like a big Risk type fighting game, but it's really more of a resource management and optimization type of game, especially at lower player counts. It's really about that, playing your turns perfectly. I'm by no means a Scythe expert. I know there's people who know every moves to make it at any time, like a chess match, but whatever. I just really enjoy it. We have all the expansions. We've played through the Rise of Fenris campaign. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
so much fun.
I've heard.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. It is actually number 101 for me.
Oh, see, I didn't think it was going to be on your list because I know you haven't played it as nearly as much as I have.
Yeah, that's why it's. But I love it.
It's still pretty high. Yeah. Okay. You need to play it more because it's great.
I do. I need to play the Rise of Fenris campaign.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I have it right over there.
It's
right
so
there. We could just bring it over. You want to stay up till midnight tonight, right?
I don't know if I'd make it that long, but maybe for Scythe. So like I said, I think it just would have been higher maybe a couple of years ago. It doesn't get played as much since we've kind of gone through. I hate to say we've seen everything, but we've seen everything, I guess.
So nothing left to discover and make it.
No, probably
new.
not. But it's still fun. You know what I mean? It's still fun. It's still a fun game. I don't know what else to say. I still have a good time with it. I do need to play it again soon, and I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yes. Well, I am always open.
All right, good. So that's my number 31, Scythe, and that wraps up this portion of the list. I can't believe it's over already.
I know, that was a fast one-ish, I think.
Ish.
About an hour. Or a little bit less than that, because that's just how long we've been talking.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's not a bad thing. I love all these games. I don't know about you, but these are great.
Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic.
Oh, man. I can't believe we only have 30 more to go.
Yeah, it's like, whew. I wonder, I do wonder if there's going to be more like 17 between the two of us. Or if it'll be more like 60 between the two of us.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. All right.
Exactly.
Well, I guess unless you got something else, we're going to wrap this up here. Okay.
No, not till next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate everyone who watches and comments and is enjoying these videos, because we are enjoying recording these videos and talking about these games, these fantastic games. So don't forget to go over to the Long Distance Gamers channel on YouTube to see Liz put up a review of Bomb Squad Academy.
You remembered the name.
I remembered. Yeah, so go over there. The link will be in the description. Subscribe, watch some videos, like some videos, and all that stuff. And I guess then we will see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.